All right. Neighbor was out here cutting some firewood. This is some scrap, piece of birch. That actually looks like a pretty nice fork right there too. I'm gonna take that one. This one here. That'll be a nice natural. This here is big enough to make interesting cutout natural on it. Bandsaw. So I'm gonna go from branch to slingshot in one video. Let's do it. All right, there we go. Here we are. It's already got a little spalting on it, which is unusual. I guess it's not unusual. It's been pouring rain for 3 months. But that's the lump of wood we're going to use for today's slingshot, and then down the road, it's a pretty nice little fork. Make a nice little natural out of that. Might be enough for another one there. That's our slingshot, blank. Now we gotta dry it, right? This was cut relatively wet. Let's go dry her out. There we go. Occasionally, if you put these in for too long, they burst into flame. We're gonna watch it. All right, now I'm gonna do that like 10 more times until this stops being wet. And in between each, I'm going to put it outside where it's like 35 degrees and get it all the way cool. All the way cool. Not just cool to the touch, but like all the way cool into the center of this. So I'm going to give it, it's not real thick. That's probably, I don't know, 1/2 inch on one side and maybe 3/4 there. But I'm going to let it cool all the way through. So I'll give it like 30 minutes probably. And then I'll do this over and over and over and over again. And I'll show you when it's done. This is a moisture meter. This tells you how much moisture is in your wood. I've got it set to wood. Green light means low, yellow light is medium, high is obviously high, and that's a red light. I'm sure this is going to give us a red light. We're at 22.7 after one cook. Here's our fork. Here's our digital meter set to wood. This is after 13 rounds of 30 seconds in the microwave. So push in. We have 0. Nothing readable. And you can see those forks are in there. So, yeah, we're good to build. Not any major cracks in this. Do have some warpage, a little bit of twist in it. We've got plenty there to iron out with the belt sander. Oh, we've got something we can use a bandsaw on. There we be. Rough outline of what we're doing here. That's a slingshot. Where's our fork? We are a 32nd shy of 4 inches, which will still shoot pretty decent for me. Yeah. That ought to do. We're like, I don't know, 3/8 there. And 1/2 inch here. Bit of a taper. Might put a little palm swell action in there. A little burl. And then get to sanding. There we are. Boom. Oh, about a 1/2 inch here. 3/8 there. Nice wide gap. As you can see, I still got some router lines in the middle there. I'll take that out with a pocket knife. But yeah, man. It's gonna be a good one. Out of that great big chunk of wood, this is what we got. This little sliver of a slingshot. Man, is she gonna be a killer. Love it. I wanted 2 sections of burl. 1, 2. There's a look at both of my glue insides. He's gonna be face down. You'll never see that grain again. For those of you who are wondering what I use to put my end caps on, including fork tip caps, the answer is super glue gel. I also use this to put my bow tip laminates on. If it can handle a 65-pound recurve, it can certainly handle a 14-pound draw slingshot fork tip. Today we're going to use it to glue up some birch burl palm swells onto our recently made birch fork. Alright, sandwich. Hold it there for a couple of minutes, maybe trim her off with a bandsaw. Sand it to a nice round lobe so it's comfy in the palm. We'll be rolling. Now we just got to hit it with the belt sander and round those out, and then we go back to 150. Work our way down. Slim waist, pretty face with a big bang. That has come out pretty good. Added some burl end caps there. Sanded those down. I'll hit those with 150, round out all the belt sander edges. We'll go 150, 180, 220, 320, and then we'll decide whether we want super glue or boiled linseed oil. I'm leaning on boiled linseed oil for this one, just cause this is gonna be a good one. We've reached that time in the video where we use sandpaper in fast forward motion. Here we go. $1.50. That is 150 and 180. This is 220. We've reached that point in the program where we go to 400 grit sandpaper. Brief update. She's looking nice. $1,000. We're getting there. Looking good and clean. That little bit of spalting and the grain is starting to pop. The burl booty is really coming together nice. It's gonna be pretty when we get her oiled up. The main thing is just make sure you get all the scratches out from the previous grit. And then once you get into like the 320s, 400s, 600s, 1000, you're just polishing, you know what I mean? You're not removing much wood. So spend a lot of time at 150, 220, get everything looking nice, and then like your 320s, 400s will go fast, and then your polishing will just go fast, and you go from like a mediocre looking project to a banger. 1500, and then I found the sponge with 2000 grit, so I'm gonna sand with 2000 grit, and that'll be my stopping point. And then it will be boiled linseed oil and bands. It's good and dark. This is artificial light. Tomorrow I'll give you a better look. But tomorrow she'll be banded up and ready for hunting. There's that birch fork. Banded up with .66. Burning skull. Birch burl end caps. I shouldn't say end caps. Those are birch burl palm swells. Just a touch of spalting to add a little bit of color, visual texture to the deal. That's a pretty slingshot. Not bad for one evening's worth of build. I'm gonna go to sleep. We'll get up early and we'll see if we can't whack some birds and or rabbits with it.